Okay, welcome to my final take on the representation of a coronavirus cell infecting a human cell. So I did this in Minecraft, as you can see, and I have the coronavirus cell represented right there with its spike proteins connecting to the ACE2 receptors on the human cell, and then injecting its RNA into said human cell, which is represented by that piston with a pink block on it. Because as you can see, that's different from all the other blocks, and it's just a good way to represent things. So the next thing after that in the lysogenic cycle would be reproduction, and it does that by using the human systems for reproducing RNA, and it hijacks them instead of using its own systems because it doesn't really have them, which is represented here by the little zero tick farm I have set up being outlined in red blocks instead of blue blocks because it isn't really being used by the human cell anymore. It's being used by the coronavirus cell, which is represented by a different color block than the human block. So after that, we have the end of the lysogenic cycle, which is it exploding. And it does that because, well, it needs to keep on spreading. And it has no use for the cell anymore. So the cell deflates, but it's hard to show deflating in a world purely made out of blocks. So I represent this by just lining it with TNT and then having the area in which it explodes representing the initial spread of the cells and then the little pock marks all over the ground after, representing just like, them traveling out. Obviously, it'd travel out pretty far and there'd be a lot of cells, but it's kind of hard to manage TNT, that TNT cannon, and it's a torture to build. So yeah, we have the area of the explosion showing how much the cells kind of like spread out initially, then they will travel out, infect other cells, the virus cells will. Okay, so to recap, we have the human cell being infected by the coronavirus cell, its systems being hijacked to reproduce the coronavirus cell, human cell exploding, and then after that, you will have more human cells get infected. So with this, it'll produce a couple million cells and infect a couple million, but we have trillions of cells, so that's okay. So either what can happen is your immune system can stop it just solo, you can have medical intervention, or you can die. So hopefully your immune system just takes care of it and you're fine, but there's also other less fun options. So thank you for watching my presentation. Have a good rest of your day.